Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Moody Pages. So today we're going to be doing makeup, getting ready for the day while talking books I read in May. I will say I did film this yesterday and I did a way bolder look than what I am about to do. However, my energy level was like way down here, and mainly that's because I had no coffee. I was like just got some and was just starting to film, and it was not a good situation, and I just really didn't feel like that video was me. You know, like I wasn't proud of that video. This one I'll probably tell a little bit because, you know, books and makeup are actually my passion. And candles. So this is Smells Like Draco. This is the candle we got burning going on. So I'm using this Huda Beauty Mercury in Retrograde palette. This, I'll be honest, this is not like my it is one of my go-tos, I guess, mainly for these two golds right here, like shimmery shades. But I'm going to be using this palette mainly for the mirror and this Libra transition shade. Today I'm going to try and be brave like yesterday and do something out of my comfort zone. I feel like when you do your eyes first, the rest of the look eventually comes together. It looks a little scary at first, so eyes first. So the first book I read of May was Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Okay, I wanted to love this book so freaking much, especially because I've gotten so much merch from like the Bookish shop. I did get Owlcrate, their subscription box for April, and I never like posted about it, but I did get some merch from them, and I did film an unboxing video of it, but guess who forgot to edit and upload until again like the end of May, and it was their April box. I never got their May box because I didn't want to. So yeah, and they're actually on top of their stuff. Like if you sign up for April, you're gonna get an April box. If you sign up for May, you're gonna get a May box. Unlike another like book subscription box that I get. So I probably could have just done it, but I felt like it was kind of dumb because timeout already passed. Okay, so I am going in with this ColourPop shade right here. It's very sparkly. It's called Set to Stun, and like here it is like without the lid. Very metallic purple, just beautiful. So anyways, that's what I'm gonna put all over my lid, and I put some glitter glue down so this can really just like enhance it because I want to go a little bold with the glitter. So anyways, Night Circus, I have merch, right? But I felt like how it was written by someone who is a part of the circus atmosphere and knew what they were talking about and was trying to tell a story from their perspective, like with all the knowledge that they have of the circus and these characters. I don't know if that makes sense, but I felt like it really did not make sense to me as a person who doesn't understand like the circus lingo. It switched through timelines a lot, and that was a little confusing for me, trying to figure out, okay, we just got introduced to this character in this chapter, we just got introduced to that character, like who plays a role in what. And honestly, from the description of it, it's like saying that these people are gonna have to like fight to the death, essentially. It was so anticlimactic for me. I was expecting some like full-blown war, and it was not what I expected. So that was kind of a bummer, to be honest. Kind of a bummer. Okay, so we got this sparkly going on. And the reason why I'm doing sparkly is because I did put up an Instagram story and asked, should I do a matte look? Should I do a sparkly look? And sparkly won by a landslide. So here we are doing some sparkly. And I'll do like a close-up of the eyes in a little bit. But I think I am going to top like all this off with Supermoon shade right here. Just put some like in the middle, like right here. How about I bring this closer to me so I can see what I'm doing? This is. Anyways, it is very sparkly. Yes, I have a lot of texture and I have a lot of whiteheads, which kind of stink, but yep, this is how sparkly it's getting. The next book I read was Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. So this one's from the other, I did read It Happened One Summer first, and I have to say that Piper was not my favorite and Brendan was not my favorite. I did like Hannah, so I was super excited that this was like from her point of view and like her story. But I don't know, I was just telling my friend the other, like yesterday, that I feel like there's some like rom-coms or contemporary romance that just really make me feel like I'm losing brain cells, and this was, both of them were them. I didn't like Brendan in the first one, and I didn't care for Fox so much in this one. Like, I thought he was a little bit of a breath of fresh air compared to Brendan. However, I feel like the romance was just rushed too much. He was like, gonna be a gentleman at first and be like, I'm not gonna touch her until she tells me what she wants, and you know, like figures it out, and then all of a sudden like pushed up against the wall, making out, like trying to do stuff, and I'm like, well, didn't you just say you were gonna be a gentleman and like let her figure this out, and yet here you are now just like pushing her up against the wall. I don't know. So that was just me. I was just like, you totally just went against everything that you were just thinking. What the heck? So that was, I personally did not care for those. I personally would not recommend It Happened One Summer or Hook, Line, and Sinker, but that's because I just really didn't care for the characters. The men were like red flags for me. Gotta drink some green tea, matcha. Okay, this next book I listened to, and I've never heard of this book before, but it's called Geekerella, and it's by Ashley Poston. And this book was like, it just made my heart so happy with how nerdy it was. It's about this girl who is like obsessed with this TV show called Starfield, and or maybe it's like movie franchise, but like there's a huge like fandom nerddom of them, like, and it just reminded me of my dad in Star Trek, and I'm sure people could like relate to this with like Star Wars. However, I don't like Star Wars, and I would much rather watch Star Trek. So to me, I was like, oh, this would be like me and my dad in Star Trek. Her dad passed away, and so she's living with her stepmom, hence the Geekerella. She's the nerdy one. We're living with a horrible stepmom, horrible stepsisters, and I gave this 4 stars. Okay, I'm gonna set this down real quick and then tell you guys, and then I'm gonna go do my eyeliner, put on the lashes, and come back so I can focus. But the sisters, there was times where I was just like, like how I was getting so frustrated with how anything, like everything just kept going wrong, and I was like livid at one point, and I was just like, at what point do I just give up? Like, is everything really just this crappy? Like, is this just gonna be how crappy it is like the rest of the time? I don't know. So it was pretty frustrating at some parts. So that's why I give it 4 stars, because I was just like, this is too much for me. This is too much drama, too much contention. I can't handle it. But I loved it because it definitely gave me like that, I don't know, nostalgic feel and love of Star Trek. All right, so let me go finish up the rest of the eyes and we'll come back. Okay, I got the lashes on. Looking pretty cute, if I do say so myself. After, I already have primer on, by the way, and then I'm just gonna use some foundation. Okay, so the next book I've read was for our book of the month, for my book club, the Book Babes. it is honestly kind of like a big disappointment, guys. We haven't done our video yet. We're still waiting on one more person to finish up the book of May, and we'll do a review for sure. We'll probably do like another two-her video like we did for the last one, where we did a video for like, I think it was March, April, and now we'll probably do May, June. But it was not great. It was a big disappointment. The main character was, oh, did I even say what it was? It's called Stalking Jack the Ripper. I actually got to this book series as a complete set for Christmas. So I have the whole series. So because I have it, I will definitely read book 2, and if book 2 really sucks, I'm just not going to finish it. But because I got it gifted to me, and I have the rest of them, I feel like I should just finish it all, like give it a shot, you know, like maybe book 1 just wasn't, it was a trial run, you know, so we'll see. So anyways, Stalking Jack the Ripper, I give it 3 stars. It was not my favorite for sure. For concealer, I'm using this Pretty Fresh from ColourPop. It is not my favorite concealer at all. It's just what I have, so I'm making do with it, and I gotta use it up. So here we are using it. And then of course I forgot a next book I read was These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. Guys, this book was phenomenal. It gave me, I like highly recommend it if you like A Court of Thorns and Roses, because that just gave me the ultimate A Court of Thorns and Roses vibe. There's a little love triangle going on in this book. Oh my gosh, it is so good. I really enjoyed it. Man, I don't know if it's just like this viewfinder or whatever, but it's making my skin look real good and like airbrushed and like flawless. And let me tell you, I'm looking at it right now in this mirror and I'm like, oh. Okay, it's a rough day. Rough skincare day. Rough skin day. So anyways, These Hollow Vows, highly recommend. The next book I read was Last Night at the Telegraph Club, and this is by Melinda Jo. This is like set back to this is a historical fiction book, and it takes place in the 1950s in Chinatown. And so it kind of goes through it goes through the Red Scare paranoia threatens everyone, including Chinese Americans like Lily, with deportation looming over her father. Despite his hard-won citizenship, Lily and Kath risk everything to let their love see the light of day. So it's an LGBTQ friendly book. It goes through like this girl Lily who discovers that she likes women, and she finds like this group of friends that really help her come out of her shell and just like accept herself. It's a beautiful story and I absolutely loved it. I listened to this on audio and it was just amazing. Like, I would highly recommend it. It was great. So I gave that one 5 stars. I'm just putting some blush right here that I'm gonna blend out, but this is a blush stick from ColourPop. Okay, let me blend this out real quick. The book I read was The Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. So in the month of April, I read The Inheritance Games with some friends, and 2 of us like absolutely loved it. I immediately ordered the second book, and I obviously, you know, like read the second book, and it was so good. I really enjoyed it. I'm really excited for the third one to come out. So the first book, the premise is like this random girl is like teenage girl was just put in some random rich dude's will and like inherited like all his money and disinherited the rest of his family, and the only like thing that she has to do to keep all this money is live in this house for a year, but all the rest of the family's still living there. So that's intense. So book 2, super good. The ending wasn't as like crazy as I expected. Someone said that the book 2 ended on such a cliffhanger, and it was not such a cliffhanger. I was, if anything, like very disappointed with like the alleged cliffhanger and it could have just ended right there, to be honest. My humble opinion, it could have ended there. But I'm still very excited for the third one. This second to last book I read was Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco, which is the same lady that wrote Stalking Jack the Ripper. Like, I just mentioned her, I swear. And okay, real quick, I went in with some more bronzer just to like really like contour, bring to life some little bronziness. I use this Too Faced matte bronzer, and now I'm going in with this MAC highlighter called Soft and Gentle. So Kingdom of the Wicked, that was a really good book. I'm actually currently reading Kingdom of the Cursed right now, so I can tell you right now that I gave a good rating to it. I did give a 4-star rating instead of a 5, and I think that the rating, like the 1-star rating less than being okay, gave it 4-star, not 5-star, mostly just because, why did I give it 4-star? I don't know, maybe I need to go back and give it 5. You know, like sometimes you're like, wow, that was a really good book, but was it like the most perfect book ever? No, but I've also have definitely given 5 stars to books that are better than this. So, or that are not as good as this. Yeah. Losing my mind. So I should probably go back and give that a 5-star review. It was very good. I liked it because it gave us a lot of like Italian history, almost. Like, to me, I imagined Italian folklore, Italian mythology in regards to hell. So I thought that it was pretty entertaining in that aspect. And then let me do this brows real quick. I'm using this e.l.f. brow gel, essentially, like literally like in a thing. It's supposed to be like a dupe for the Anastasia Brow Freeze. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of this, to be honest. I feel like it could hold better. Like, I know for a fact that the Anastasia like brow gel itself, not this putty stuff, holds way better. Palette, and I'm going to take this brown shade, I think this one right here. It's called Coffee Beans, and I'm gonna just like go through my brows to darken it up. So the last book I read was Verity. Oh my gosh. So this is the second book I read from Colleen Hoover, and I don't know what took me so long to read it, but I feel like it might be because I feel like she's so freaking hyped. But again, probably like well-deserved hype. This book was amazing. I couldn't put it down. I literally finished it within a day, and that's kind of how it was with Reminders of Him. Like, I finished that one super fast. I feel like her work just reads super fast, so you're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, gotta find out what happens next. This one like creeped me out, gave me the chills, like, ugh. It was really good. It was definitely a steamy thriller. It was intense, although I thought it was okay. We can talk theories all day, right? But I don't know about that ending. If you guys want to message me on my book stuff, the Moody Pages, we can talk the ending. I got thoughts. Okay, so this is pretty much like the final look. I do have a lip color here. This is like a gloss. I think it says Nearly Neutral, and I'm totally gonna be buying a full-size version of this. It is seriously probably one of the best glosses I have ever worn. This has like just enough tint to it to make it like bring out my natural lip color and enhance it, even though this looks like significantly darker. Like, no, not really. It's beautiful, and it really just hydrates my lips. Like, it doesn't like make it feel like sticky, you know, like some you're like, yeah, no, this is like just nice and hydrating and like just wonderful. So anyways, guys, that's the books I read in May. And this is the final look right here. Let's see if I can get this down right here. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tell me what books you read in May. Have you read any of the ones I have read, and what are your thoughts on it? I'd like to hear your thoughts. And that's all. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!